What's up, guys? My name is Taye. Thank you for tuning in to this episode for accountability and brotherhood.
I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on our latest droppings of each episode. Today, I'm so honored and humbled to have a brother, a friend here on this episode to talk about our topic, brotherhood and accountability. His name is Taye. Taye, what's going on, man?
What's up, Riddell? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for being on this podcast.
Absolutely, brother.
On this topic, brotherhood and accountability, I find it to be important, not just gender-based, but everybody as a whole needs to have some type of hood and some type of accountability in life. I want you to touch on, Taye, what does brotherhood mean to you? Or not just gender-based, but just having some type of hood, some type of community and connection. What does that mean to you?
Right. Brotherhood for me means someone having your back.
Right.
And if I were to put this in example as the shirt that I have right now,
Right.
this shirt has my back. This shirt is an attachment to me.
Yeah.
Without this shirt, I would be running around naked. And in society, we can't be running around naked.
That's it.
So with that same symbolism with brotherhood, you got to have someone that has your back that's not going to allow you to be running naked. So what happens when we run naked? There's going to be a lot of trouble that we're going to get into. But when we have a brother that truly has our back, he's going to look at our best interests. Sometimes with those best interests, we're going to be like, I don't think I want to do this. But a true brother, one that really has our back, just like this shirt, is going to make sure that we don't run around naked.
That's good.
And naked really means to me, and for those that are really viewing, nakedness can be like, oh, we're dating the wrong girl. Oh, we're getting into a program we're not supposed to get into.
Right.
Oh, we're going to a party that we're not supposed to go to.
Right.
But a brother is going to make sure that we're clothed in the knowledge that we're supposed to go into to be successful in life.
Have you ever encountered a moment where you thought you had good brotherhood, but as time went on, that brotherhood was faulty and just bad and just all around just not good? Have you ever encountered a moment like that?
Yes, absolutely. So during this example, I like to talk in like examples and symbolism. My mom we go to the Bible. Oh man, I almost forgot. What's up? Oh Lord. Yeah, I just keep on talking. Just keep on talking.
Good,
So one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Right.
So you know your own character. So for instance, if I have a brother that say, oh, I got your back, I got your back. But every single instance that you say you have my back, at that moment, things are going right. You feel your spirit not putting you in the right direction. I said earlier, as you have someone that has your back, that's someone that's going to clothe you in the right direction.
Right.
Over time, you're going to be like, are you clothing me with torn clothes? Are you clothing me with clothes that's going to really keep me warm, internally, externally? So yes, I've had some people over time that showed their real colors.
Yeah, that's true.
And through those colors, they only want to get what they could out of me, my knowledge, my expertise. And once they got to a certain level, they start to go away. And they didn't truly clothe me. They were only there for a season. So I like using that symbolism of clothing.
Yeah.
We have clothes for certain seasons.
Right.
I have a short sleeve shirt because spring, summertime. And I put on a jacket for the winter.
That's it.
But a true brother,
Yeah.
a true brother is going to be with you all the way throughout. It's like pants. You're going to wear pants in the winter, you wear pants in the spring, you wear pants in the fall, all the time, all throughout the season. And that's what true brotherhood is. Not someone that's going to be there for a season and leave you naked in the rest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that or think that as seasons progress, transition, shift, and change, that accountability becomes difficult in brotherhood? As you mentioned that the shirt has your back. So as seasons change, why do you think that accountability or having that back becomes something difficult, not common anymore? Where not even just brotherhood, but all type of connections, as the seasons change, you thought they had your back, but they don't. Why do you feel like that is becoming more common?
I think over time, people have become more selfish, more stuck in their ways. If it's not my way, it's the highway. And that same ideology can go into brotherhood, unfortunately. When in regards to accountability, if a brother's not accountable for himself, how can he hold me accountable?
That's good.
And that right there is like, how can you tell me something
Yeah.
if you don't do it for yourself? But if you see it, just like I teach kids, you got to emulate the exact same example you want for the kids. You have to set an example.
Right.
So if I see my brother holding himself accountable, even though when it's hard, it's like, he's teaching me about accountability. He's praising accountability. And he's also being accountable for all the things in his life. That's a good brother. That's a good brother.
Give me some examples of accountability. What do you do to show accountability to fellow brothers or just connections in general to show that you have that back? You have their back.
Okay.
They have good backing with you.
I think the biggest thing, and this is for general regards to brothers, sisters, family members, friends, is having the capacity to listen. Listen first. No matter at what age level, kids all the way to elders, they want to be listened to. No matter if they feel like they're right, no matter
Right.
if you feel like they're wrong,
Yeah.
listen first. Then once you're able to listen, hear them all the way out, and have a level of understanding, even though they get on your nerves, they get on your backs, that you want to halfway slap them. Have a level of understanding and be able to listen to them. After
Yeah.
you evaluate. So number one, you listen. Number two, you evaluate. And number three, then you put your tidbits here, your advice.
Right.
And that right there, that's what I do to show my level of accountability
That's good.
for that person. And after that, we have a discussion. I don't allow that person to feel like, oh, I'm overwhelming them with so much information and so much, I think, the judgment. So much judgment. Because if you allow too much judgment, they don't want to hear you at all.
That's good.
Can be like my grandma. My grandma have the best advice over all the way up. But to some of my family members, they won't listen to her. And why is that? Because she is judgmental. She has a loud voice. She is sometimes condescending. But she has the best advice ever. If you don't have a certain approach to certain brothers, they're not going to listen to you.
That's good.
Goes from kids all the way to elders.
That's good. Taye, when I think about brotherhood, there's a specific, I don't want to say quote, but it is a specific verse or stanza, however you want to put it, that says that I am my brother's keeper. What is the importance of being your brother's keeper? How important is that, and what does that look like? I know you talked about having the back,
Yes.
having, that support, but dig a little deeper for me. What does that look like, being your brother's keeper? And not so much gender-based too, but being your brother's keeper. What does that look like for you?
The first word that came to me was being consistent. Being consistent in their education, their finances, their mental well-being. Checking on them, even though they don't, sometimes may not check on you.
Right.
And being consistent in that nature. And sometimes building that relationship in regards to being our brother's keeper. Because when you keep somebody, you constantly keep that person.
That's good.
Just like a bird will keep their hatchling. They have to keep it. Just like a mom will keep their baby. You have to be able to be consistent to allow that growth to occur. So if a mom didn't constantly nurture this baby, the baby would not be as efficient or be as healthy as that baby should be. But if you're truly your brother's keeper, you're holding their hand when they get to their milestone. You're holding their hand when they get to the next milestone. You're holding their hand when they get to the next milestone. And when they have their first breakup, when they graduate, when they, I just got a fresh fit.
Yeah.
You're right there every single time.
That's good.
Being consistent, loving your brother. When your brother's having the hardest time, you tell your brother I love him. When your brother is going through the greatest time, you tell him I love him. Because that, when you say you really love somebody, you keeping them, you holding them. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you're right there. I am my brother's keeper.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
How can we, how can we heal as a community from broken brotherhood? How can we become that collective again? Because, within brotherhood, we got so much competition.
Absolutely.
And not enough collaboration. What is your perspective on that? How can we become back connected as brothers without the competition, without comparing? How can we come back to that collaborative to advance each other instead of individualism?
I think that's a great question. I think finding a common ground. And with that common ground, I'm actually going to change that. How?
Because we have a lot. And I even know personally, I see it every day, It's just, when I think about brotherhood, of course, I don't want to tie it to like marriage, but, like you said, it's that support. It's like one, if you struggle, I struggle. When you down, I'm down. When you up, I'm up. Like you said, it's like being there every season or every accomplishment or whatever the case may be. But there are times, when you evaluate friendships, whatever type of hood or whatever type of ship, it may not be on the same page. It's a lot of competition. I'm trying to get ahead of you, or, I don't want you to accomplish, da-da-da-da-da. You was teacher of the year. Why wasn't I teacher of the year? I've been putting in all the work, I done more than you done, Taye. Why, So I use it as an example, an analogy. How can we get back to the common ground without having that type of spirit or mentality within the brotherhood?
I would say is recognition. Just like you said, recognizing you do have some brothers going to have that certain mindset. You have some brothers that don't have a certain mindset. But initially having that conversation and letting that pride go. You got to let that pride go.
That part.
Even though you got a certain accomplishment.
Right.
And your other brother may be thinking, I wish I could have got it.
Yeah.
Still talk to your brother.
Yeah.
And that same brother that feels that same type of way, I know it's going to hurt. Letting go of that pride and talking to that brother. A lot of times with brotherhood or just people in general, they have a lot of pride. And pride can be the downfall of man.
Come on.
And we got to let that go.
Got to.
And I know it's hard. Sometimes having our pride is a lot more difficult than making $1 million. Because pride can be from generation to generation.
Wow.
So to truly answer your question, to start off is to have a conversation even when it's hard. It just takes one. It just takes one. I'm a science teacher. It just takes one cell, and that cell starts to build and build.
That's good.
And that cell starts to build and build, and then we're going to start having tissues and organs and organ systems, and then we finally have a human being. But what did this take? It took one. It takes one person to have a conversation, one person to have that brave spirit, one person to let go of their pride, one person to say, hey, brother, I know you feel some type of way. Even though I made it a compliment, I can just go on by my day. Yeah. I can just go on with a compliment, but I just can't let my brother just feel some type of way. Even though I'm doing well, even though I'm doing great, I still have to help my brother. Now, there are certain times, there are certain days, some years that, we try to bring our brothers up. Mm-hmm. Got to bring them up, even though it feels like, dang, this brother ain't gonna, this brother don't want to listen to me.
Right.
But I promise you, just like I teach these kids, it's not a second race. It's not a minute race. It's not a monthly race. It may take years.
That's good.
But honestly, you keep trying. Even if it doesn't work, they're going to look back like, dang, this brother really helped me. This brother really tried. And just from that, it's going to reciprocate to the next brother.
Wow.
And the next brother. So that brother that I help may help 2. And those 2 brothers may help 4. And those 4 brothers may help 8. And those 8 brothers may help 16. And what
good.
just happened? It all started with
One.
just 1.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Was there a time in your life where you were in a moment or situation where you had one brother help you to pull you up out of whatever? Walk us through that. If there is one, what was that situation and what did they do to help pull you out? I mean, you have to be too detailed, but walk us through to help us understand the importance of having that brotherhood and accountability.
Well, I will say there's been several brothers that have pulled me out of certain situations.
Right.
Whether it been breakups, whether it be something regarding the job. But one most recently, where I was teaching, I am the advisor of Men of Distinction at Rutland Middle School. And I tell my younger male students, my mentees,
Yeah.
I have your back. And they have that in their soul. And they are my younger brothers.
Right.
And I was going through something mentally, and it was something bothering me. And my male students realized that and said, "Mr. A, can I pray for you?"
Wow.
When I tell you, my whole paradigm switched. I know that I'm giving something to my students mentally about never giving up. But when I had that same spirit from little kids, the ones that a lot of generations say they're lost, come to me and say, "Mr. A, can I pray for you?"
Wow.
It's giving me chills right now just thinking about this. And they prayed over my situation. And I didn't even know they knew how to pray.
Wow.
And that just gave me chill bumps. Like my whole mindset from that day on, I just knew there was a purpose for me continuing to educate kids in the right direction. Like I said earlier, it just takes one.
That's good.
When I just don't even know what to say, man. Just my thought process. May I say one thing real quick?
Of course.
Whoever's watching this, please, please, please care for these kids. Love on these kids. They have something so powerful on the inside. And all they need to do is let it out. They just need to let it out. Please love on these kids. They are such a beautiful thing from God. That's it. Go ahead, man.
That's good, man. You talked about love, and oftentimes that is one of the missing pieces.
Right.
As a man as a whole, not everybody missing that love piece. Can you talk about, if you can, the importance of knowing how to receive love in order to give love? Because you can't give what you haven't received.
Absolutely.
You can't give what you have no knowledge on. So talk about that from a brotherhood standpoint, the importance of receiving so you know how to give and reciprocate.
Absolutely.
Because we got a lot of brothers, they just don't know how to reciprocate.
I understand.
It don't matter what you do, they just don't know how to reciprocate. Talk
Absolutely.
about that.
So, growing up, I'm from Dublin, Georgia, country town, and I am been in church for long since I was a child. And so this verse, 1 Corinthians, the very first line said, "Love is kind, love is gentle." If you go with a mindset of being soft-hearted, having a soft mindset, you're starting that first step. So for brothers that don't know how to love, I would truly say start off with a soft heart, even though it's very difficult. Some people are innate. It's natural to them. Some people, they have to go through experience.
Right.
And even some of them, they may just learn through their significant other. Just never know. However, if you start off with a kind heart, start off with a gentle heart, you're making the very first step. Because if you start off yelling, if you start off with a mean heart, you start off with animosity, you start off with, "Hey, bro, hey, man, everything, you shouldn't have done this, man, I still love you." But if you change up the paradigm,
That's good.
listen, hey, I understand you made a mistake. We all make mistakes. But I want to let you know I love you. Do you see the difference? Both of them share their opinion. But only one comes with a kind and gentle heart.
That's good.
And your heart has to be able to receive that. Our hearts should not be able to receive animosity, hate, distraction. But if you come with kindness, with a gentleness, you're going to go in the right direction.
That's good. What can a brother do to shift his circle to have that strong brotherhood? Like you touched about some of the kids, all they need to do is be listened and heard, that are going through various things in their own personal life. And when you go through certain things, you flock to, I don't want to say what it's trying to label you or identify you as, but you flock around, what you're going through, what you're around that you may not have control of
Right.
at this present moment. So what would you say to a brother or a man or a boy that may be going through and are in the wrong circle, in the wrong brotherhood? How can they redirect themselves to find the right brotherhood?
Okay. I would say write down your goals and ambitions and what you want in life. And then find those individuals, those brothers that are doing that 10 times better.
That's good.
And the reason I say that, you don't want to be around those that you've already are literally doing the exact same thing.
That's good.
Find somebody, find a group of individuals that are doing a little bit better, a little smarter than you, even with love, that know how to talk and show you that type of love. Because once you learn it from those that are more experienced, you're able to replicate it and
That's
able
good.
to teach it. You can be the teacher and the teacher's teacher in a field of love, in a field of ambition, in a field of experience. But how do you do so? You have to be able to be around those that are just a little bit, I guess I want to say this in a few words, a little more intelligent, a little more
Right,
smarter, that
right.
do a little bit more, but are still compassionate to teach you.
That's good. I got two more questions for
Yes.
you, Taye. If you had to describe yourself in one word, from a brother's standpoint, what would that word be and why?
Passionate. Passionate would be the word. I lead with everything in my heart. I may not know the atomic structure of mercury, but one thing I can tell you, that I'm going to have enough passion to learn the atomic structure of mercury. If you call me for help, I will help you. If you need something from me, I'll do whatever I can. I'll take the shirt off my back for you, even if I don't even know you. Because that's one thing I was taught. That's something that I am passionate about. Because we have to lead with love so everything else can be successful in our lives and the lives of others. So passion will be the word for me.
And when you leave this earth, what do you want your friends, your circle, what do you aspire, you hope, or legacy-wise, from a man and brotherhood standpoint, that you hope to leave behind?
I would love to leave behind that whatever conversation that we had, whatever we did, wherever we were continue doing, that led you closer to Christ. That's the only thing I want you to know about me, is that whatever I did, whatever I said, if we did volunteer work or we just picked up some trash, I want my legacy to know that when I'm done and being a land of milk and honey, that I got you closer to Christ by whatever means necessary.
That's good, and I'm glad you said that. I believe that's one of the key factors in any relationship, especially like you said, around your goals, ambitions, making sure you're on the same page, that Christ is the center. Not to be too spiritual or religious or anything of that nature, but Christ has to be the center of everything.
Absolutely.
Or else it's just not going to work. And you shared a lot of good insight and perspective on brotherhood. And I appreciate you. And I can say this publicly, you know, you've been a great brother.
Thank you, bro.
A great example of brotherhood and accountability, with prayers, you know, with encouragement, inspiration, whatever I need, insight, you know, I
got you,
you
right?
get
Yeah,
it,
for
you
sure.
get
Yes,
it.
sir.
So I appreciate that, because you really exemplify, like you said, the shirt. It's on your back. I got
Thank
your
you.
back. Support, encouragement, prayer, whatever. Don't even have to ask, but it's given. So I appreciate you, man.
I so appreciate
and
you.
I know that God has great things in store because of the brother and the accountability that you display.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you
I
being
appreciate you too, dog.
on this episode, man. And I pray somebody was blessed, encouraged, inspired, motivated by this, to make sure you have the right circle, to make
Absolutely.
sure you have whatever hood you may have, that it has your back and support, and that you listen, and show love, be kind, be gentle.
That's right.
As the Bible says. Listen, I want you to like, I want you to share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on what's happening on this channel. Until next time, God bless.